Hi everybody, welcome in. I'm really glad you're joining me for this video. Thank you for clicking on it. I know this is not really the normal makeup content you might come to YouTube for, but my hope is that it really reaches somebody and makes a positive impact. I thought about this video idea a couple days ago, and then I sort of pulled back a little bit because I thought, you know, this just may not be of interest to anybody. But then I thought, no, I feel strongly enough about this inside that I don't really care where this goes. It may not be a super popular video. I really don't care about that. But what I care about is that who this reaches, I hope that this makes a positive impact for you. Whether that's a few people or a lot of people, I don't care. But what I want you to recognize is that the process of doing makeup goes beyond just making yourself look pretty. And I think once you realize that, you will be even more excited about the opportunity to sit down and do that every day. Now, I am not a trained therapist or anything like that, but thinking of makeup as a therapeutic occasion, practically a meditative time, some very valuable me time that you can tap into. When you think about it all that way, the whole process has a lot more worth, does it not? And I think we're in times right now where our mind is going everywhere. You know, you think about the to-dos, you think about all the different needs, you think about the worries and the things you're concerned about. And now more than ever, I feel we need kind of a recentering, you know? And I know what may be a big part of your daily routine is makeup. Are you throwing it on in a hurried, rushed way? Is it simply adding to the stress of your morning, let's say, just because you feel like you need to do it, but you got to do it quick and you're running out of time and everybody needs something? What I want to give you today are some suggestions that will make this a very happy, soul-filling, really positive contribution to your me time. And with the thought of makeup therapy, I noticed a lot of things on YouTube where people will do like an ASMR video or, you know, just pop up a really pleasing to watch and listen to, calming, soothing makeup routine. And I think that stuff is great. And I'm sure it's very beneficial to a lot of people. But what I didn't see was a lot of advice or guidance to help people have their own positive and therapeutic makeup experience at home. So that's what we're focusing on today. It's not a tutorial, we're just talking here. My first piece of advice on this is to give yourself more time. I'm talking alone time to do your makeup. I know I may be speaking to people who are in a certain season of life right now where that time is just simply not attainable, or you have to be really, really creative to find it. I know because I was like just there, just having a newborn baby. Talk about something that is really unpredictably pulling at your time, messing with your previous routine, taking every bit of predictability that you thought you had and kind of like knocking over that tower. You know, I know what that feels like. And I remember some days just feeling kind of lost because I didn't have my normal routine because I had to be up, you know, nursing a baby or dealing with a fussing baby or just using that time to sleep because I was flat out exhausted from being up most of the night. I know there are obstacles out there, but if you can, try to give yourself a little more time for the makeup process. Maybe if you're at home and you're in the situation I just described, maybe you need to pick a different time of day, you know, a nap time. When your household, if it has any moments where it kind of quiets down and you can step away and do something for yourself, try to hone in on that time. If you're up in the morning and you typically give yourself 10 minutes to get ready, maybe think about giving yourself 20 minutes. For me getting ready, I feel good having a full hour, if not a little more. The idea of more time is going to mean different things to different people, but if you can give yourself just a little bit more, it takes this whole process from being rushed and hectic to being relaxed and calm. My second tip is to clean up your space. Whatever your space may be, is it, you know, the bathroom counter? Is it a couple of drawers there in the bathroom? Are you in some kind of a closet space? Do you have a room that you use for beauty stuff? Take the time to clean that space up and you will feel better about it. I'm not going to instruct you to declutter things because I really think decluttering, it's very personal. Somebody can preach to you that you need to have less and that you need to pare down and whatever, and maybe you do. But maybe someone else doesn't. Think about what would make you feel more at peace in your space and do that. If it means just straightening up and organizing, go for it. If it means weeding through some things and really pulling out some stuff that has no meaning for you anymore, do that. You know, you decide what you need to do here to make your space something that you step into and you feel good and you feel calm. My next tip is you're starting to actually do your makeup, invite in what's comforting to you. maybe that's a cup of coffee. Maybe that is pulling up a podcast or an audiobook that you like to listen to. Maybe it's popping on someone's YouTube video and letting that roll while you do your makeup, or just turning on some music. Maybe it's a different program on TV. Whatever it is that brings you that sense of comfort, let that also come into your routine. Maybe it's simply silence. Maybe it's just hearing the sounds of nature out the window. Let that also be part of the routine, if that also contributes to your sense of calm and comfort. Also, slow yourself down with some deep breathing. This is kind of a new one for me because I realized how much time I spend not just doing makeup, but throughout my day, kind of holding my breath practically, or shallow breathing, or you get into something and you're practically like in this tensed up, you can just feel your shoulders tensed, and then you're like, wait, why am I here tense in this moment? You're just rushing around doing whatever, and you're not just letting your body completely breathe, fully breathe, and give yourself some of that before you get going. And it really helps slow you down. I'm not an expert on meditation and exactly how you should do it, but I am a human being. I do take breaths, and I know that I feel way better when I'm really breathing deep, slowing myself down, and not being in this state of just holding tension. Let the tension go as you release that breath, and sit for a couple minutes before you even get going, and do that. Also, sit if you can. I know some people were standing at a vanity doing whatever. You can still be relaxed and be standing, but I would kind of recommend sitting if you can work it out in your space, and just taking those few minutes to really calm down and really take some deep breaths. This is what I meant about adding a little extra time. You're giving yourself some time to approach the experience in a really calm, comforted, peaceful way. My next tip is, as you're doing your makeup, be less focused on the goal or the outcome of it all. I'm not saying it's not fun to, follow a certain tutorial or have a picture of a look in mind that you'd like to recreate, but be loose with that. Don't be so tied to the outcomes. Is this not some real life advice or what? Be in the flow of it all and be happy experiencing each step that you're doing, not just being so firmly tied to it has to turn out this way, because really that does zap some of the fun out of the whole experience when you're so focused on how it ends up. Enjoy the actual process of it all. Stay open. Sometimes the funnest looks are the ones that go in a little bit of an unexpected route because a product performs a little differently than you thought it would, or you just applied it a little differently than you hoped you would, but you alter and you shift and you remain flexible and you go with it. Remind yourself, it's just makeup and it will all wash off at the end of the day. So be a little more free with yourself, be a little more kind to yourself. We all make mistakes, and again, it all washes off. My next tip is to remain in a state of gratitude and awe. This is really drawing from some of the things that I listened to from Dr. Wayne Dyer, the late Wayne Dyer. I think he is an incredible source of guidance for maintaining a positive mindset and just living your life feeling thankful, feeling appreciative for where you're at. And he said something once that really resonated with me, and it's that you can't feel gratitude and stress at the same time. So as you're sitting here and you're doing your makeup, feel grateful for all these little things. I can move my hands. I can see what I'm doing. I have some products to work with here. Oh man, that cup of coffee tastes good. I can see the sun starting to come up out my window. What a glorious miracle. Live in awe of these things. In one of the things I was listening to host a challenge of try to let yourself constantly feel in a state of gratitude with every little thing you encounter in a day. And then at the end of that day, think of how amazing you're going to feel. There is so much to be grateful for. And when you ask somebody okay, it's gratitude journal time, write down your 3 things to be grateful for, you'll choose my family, my health, my home, the big things. But really, think about all the little things, all the really overlooked things. And as you're sitting here in the process of doing your makeup, just let those thoughts flow in. It might start with, oh, I'm grateful for this. I really like this color. Or, gosh, this is an awesome brush. I'm so glad I picked this one up. But think of those thoughts involving your makeup as practically primer thoughts for all the other positive that's gonna just start flowing in once you get going. Let it start with the makeup, but let it flow to everything else. And I think you're gonna feel like by the end of your makeup experience, you're gonna be in a much more calm, peaceful, positive place. My last tip here that I wrote down is give yourself at least one period of time, let's say in the week, to just play. That might mean coming into your makeup area, wherever it may be, and just doing whatever the heck you want at the time. Like, we're talking really don't be tied to the outcome. You don't have to create a work appropriate look, but just play and have fun and try some different things. Or maybe play for you. If you're a certain kind of person, maybe that means reorganizing. Maybe that means going through a decluttering process of your stuff. Maybe it means sorting through and finding some unused things that you could donate to somebody or some organization. But let yourself just have a pocket of free time in which you can be in your makeup area doing what you want. Again, when we feel less dictated by a certain outcome, or I gotta be ready by this time, or I gotta do it quick, or I gotta whatever, the happiness will flow through you. And remember, it's something you get to do. It's not something you have to do. This is valuable me time that is filling up your soul so you can go out and spread that positivity everywhere you go. When you think about it that way, it's a lot bigger than makeup, isn't it? It's a lot bigger than looks. It's a lot bigger than concealing those under eye circles or covering that zit or dealing with your uneven texture or your wrinkles or whatever. You have taken some time through the process of makeup to bring yourself more peace, calm, joy, and now you're set up, you're filled up, you're ready to bring that out to everyone you encounter. Maybe you're like, well, it's a pandemic, I'm not encountering that many people, I'm just kind of in my home. Okay, let it flow through your family. Let that joy radiate through whatever tasks you're doing online or in communication with other people, and realize that if you are going through a very hard time right now, every storm runs out of rain. It's always a thought that I think about, and just the fact that this too shall pass. One of the ways you can almost always, most certainly feel better inside is when you take a moment to help someone else, get out of your own situation. Go be a light in someone else's life. And then you turn back and you say, I've got this. It's gonna be okay. I'm not really sure how to cut this video off. I'm not sure how to stop talking about this topic because I feel like the thoughts are just kind of flowing and I could go on forever, but we probably should end it here because I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time. But I want you to know I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this platform where I can do this. And I would like to do some more videos like this that dig a little deeper, that go beyond the surface of makeup. I mean, I love talking products. I love reviewing things, but this was very enjoyable for me to just kind of dig under the surface a little bit and realize what about this process gives me so much joy, and how and why do I get to that place by the time I'm done? How and why does it bring me this calm and this peace? What sorts of tangible and also intangible things can you do to get there with your makeup routine? So hopefully I was able to clearly share that with you today. And if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with somebody else who you think could benefit, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.